Greetings, good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, whenever you watch this. Currently, it's in the evening. That's why I'm saying good evening. And let me make sure this notification come through, and then we're gonna get started. There it is. There's my notification. Okay. So the title says travel agent leaves 50 people on the port. We're gonna talk about that second, and also um, rerouted ships. So hopefully y'all can hear me okay. Um, hopefully y'all can hear me okay. As most of you know, and my pictures that I'm using for this live is not in order, and I apologize for that. But as most of you know, there was the bridge in Baltimore collapsed due to it being hit by a cargo ship. And if y'all can hit the like button for me, hello, hello. I see there's already 4 people in the chat, and everybody's hit that like button. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all so greatly. So most of you know that bridge went down there in Maryland. I mean, yeah, Baltimore, Maryland, due to a cargo ship hitting it. So as a result, they have to bring in a big old crane. I think they brought that in, one of the biggest cranes they say on the northeast coast, to bring up all that wreckage and to clean up that mess, or to somehow repair the mess so that cruise ships and cargo ships and things can flow through there again. So in the meantime, they are rerouting ships to Norfolk. So I saw this on social media that someone had gotten this letter right here concerning their upcoming cruise coming up in a couple of days. It's the March 31st sailing on the Carnival Legend, and they're telling them that their cruise is being redirected to Norfolk. And it says our temporary shift in operations from Baltimore to Norfolk for Carnival Legend. Um, Hold on, y'all. I can't see the thing. Um, it's necessary that they have a slight modification in how they implement the Cheers program. We cannot offer Cheers benefits in the waters under the Commonwealth of Virginia's jurisdiction. Therefore, we will not offer Cheers benefits on the first day of your cruise. We will issue a one-day prorated refund according to your original source of payment, and as noted below. So they're going to refund folks for that one day that they're not able to offer that Cheers package on the first day, because different states have different rules. Like in New York and I think Texas, they can't offer the Cheers package the first day, and so obviously it's the same thing in Norfolk, Virginia. So they're going to refund them one day of the Cheers. But that is one of the things that they're talking about. And I'm going to skip over here because we're going to come back to this travel agent thing. So like I said before, and I don't know what other cruise line go out of Baltimore other than Royal and Carnival. Um, but Carnival cruise passengers returned to Norfolk instead of Baltimore after the Key Bridge collapse. So Carnival, as it says here, if you can see this little, I didn't realize that obviously I took a screenshot and it caught my little volume thing in there. But Carnival cruise ships will be rerouted to Norfolk, Virginia after the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge closed the port of Baltimore for the unforeseen or foreseen future. Cruise passenger in the middle of a 7-day trip to Bahamas on the Carnival Legend was scheduled to return to Baltimore on Sunday will instead disembark in the southeastern Virginia city, according to Christine Duffy, president of the Carnival Cruise Line. Passengers receive a complimentary bus transportation to Baltimore, Maryland, a distance of about 233 miles. Duffy said in a news release late Tuesday. In addition, future cruises on the Carnival Legend and Carnival Pride, including one scheduled to leave on Sunday, will depart and return from the southeastern Virginia city. Why they don't just say Norfolk? Why don't they just say Norfolk? Also, Royal Caribbean they made a decision to also reroute their cruise to Baltimore from Norfolk. Um, there's a cruise coming in from Royal Caribbean. That cruise, they have allowed all their passengers to have internet service at no additional charge, so they can, you know, make, if they have to redo their flight plans or anything like that, then they will be able to do that on internet. So they're offering them internet service. Um, let me see if it's. So it says here's. Well, I was looking for the one for Royal. Give me just a second, because I want to read the one we already read. The one for Carnival. To Norfolk. And I'm sure they chose Norfolk because it's the closest to the Baltimore area, other than trying to take them all the way to Florida, to New Orleans, or to Texas. So that was a better choice. I think this would be an article right here that I could read. Okay, Royal Caribbean cruises reroute from Baltimore to Norfolk. Three Royal Caribbean cruises originally scheduled to return to Baltimore are now coming to Norfolk instead another ripple effect of the collapse of Baltimore Key Bridge on Tuesday. Don't go out. Don't go out. Nauticus and passengers who are aboard the Royal Caribbean's Visions of the Seas cruise ship as of March 29th would arrive in Norfolk's Half Moon Cruise Terminal, which is operated by Nauticus. April 4th, two other cruises on the same ship will leave Norfolk shortly after Nauticus added. The Visions of the Seas holds 2,500 passengers. Royal Caribbean tells News 3 passengers impacted by the change are receiving accommodations to make any necessary arrangements. They share the following statement: due to the impact of the tragic collapse of Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge on Thursday, Vision of the Seas will now complete its current cruise in Norfolk, Virginia. Our guests on board will be provided compensation, complimentary shuttle transportation, as well as Wi-Fi and phone calls to adjust their travel arrangements. For Vision's upcoming April 4th and April 12th cruises, the ship will sail from Norfolk. Our guests booked on to sail with us will receive compensation due to any necessary adjustments made on their vacation. After returning from the April 12th cruise, Visions will head to Bahamas for its previously scheduled maintenance. So that ship, it was going to dry dock anyway. And then they'll make a decision once they come out of dry dock what they will be doing. Kim Kaiser is a travel advisor in Chesapeake. As of Friday, she was getting a lot of questions from people interested in taking a cruise after learning that at least two cruise ships will be making unexpected stops in Norfolk. So this is going to impact the economy both in Norfolk and in Baltimore, of course, negative in a negative way in Baltimore, but a more positive way in Norfolk. Because even now, I was like, I can get to Norfolk and get on that Royal Caribbean cruise. Oh man, I was hoping that didn't happen. Okay. Along with Royal Caribbean, Carnival also chose to divert its Baltimore-bound cruise ships to Norfolk. So if you're on any of those cruise ships, they should be contacting you. If they don't contact you, you contact them. And them being the cruise line, and they will make sure they get information to you. Hey, YouTube cameras, thank you for coming in. They will get that information to you on how you're going to be rerouted and what they can do for you to accommodate you. And again, this is a ripple effect to the major bridge in Baltimore collapsing after being struck by a cargo ship. Okay. Well, I almost said, please govern yourselves accordingly. All right. So on my community wall, I put up a link to a video concerning a travel agent sails away on a Carnival cruise while she left 50 clients left at the dock. Now, those of you who've talked to me about cruising before, y'all know that I do not like travel agents. And this says, should you use a travel agent to book your cruise? I don't like travel agents for cruise or any other reason. Here's why. I don't want a third party between me and my business. If something go wrong, I just want to book direct and speak to the people direct. But let's listen to this, and then we'll talk more about why I like to do direct. And if you have a travel agent, we're going to talk about that too. What can you do if you already have a travel agent? I'm going to give some advice on that. But let's see what happened with who this lady was that left these people on this. She got on the cruise. Can you believe that? She got up on that cruise. But look, hold on. We're going to listen to it. We're going to listen to some of it.
Watching that ship leave without them.
They blame the travel agent, who blames Carnival Cruise Lines, but Carnival puts it back on the agent in any case. It was chaos for those who just wanted to sail away for a week. Fox 9's Karen Scullin is in the newsroom after speaking with two passengers left behind. Karen.
Cherie Goudot had been planning this cruise for a year as she was being treated for thyroid cancer. Then, when two family members passed away during that time, the trip with her sister became even more important. But it all unraveled in a matter of minutes the day that they were supposed to leave. A week ago, they were on their way to Miami, two sisters who couldn't wait to board the Twin Cities takeover 90s throwback cruise on the Carnival Horizon. It was a much-needed spring break.
I was looking forward to hearing Juvenile, reliving some 90s music, the fresh food that was going to be on the boat, the burgers that was going to be on the boat. Just hanging out with people.
But when the pair went to the cruise terminal to board the ship last Sunday, their excitement quickly turned to confusion, anger, and disbelief. They were not going to be able to board.
The next morning, we wake up, we get to the port. They can't find my name anywhere. I'm not tied to their room. Somebody else is in their room.
They say their travel agent passed by and said she would fix things, but...
Let me say this. If you have a travel agent, my next cruise I'm using, because I'm going on a group cruise, we do have a promoter. We did pay our money through him, and I've traveled with him many times, been traveling with him for years, and doing other events, local events and traveling events, both on cruise and flying in-state, out-of-state. I mean, in the country, out of the country with him. But even with that, I offer the same advice. So you pay your money to this group or to this travel agent, and for the cruise, you should be able to, before the cruise start, when you pay your deposit or when you pay any money, you should still be able to go on the hub, click on the hub. When I say the hub, click on the cruise website. If it's Carnival, click on Carnival. That's why I say the hub. If it's Royal, click on Royal. Go to the website. Put in your booking number. Sign into it under yourself. Put in your booking number. It should bring up your name and your cabin number for you. Now, you're not going to be able to make any payments there or make any changes there, but it should at least confirm that you are in that booking. Okay? And so they did not ever check it. And my other question was, so this travel agent didn't never tell them, hey, it's time to check in. Y'all know how 17 days or 20 days or however many days before you can actually check in, like check in and put in how you gonna do your incidentals and all of that, and you could do that. They didn't even look into it. They didn't have no luggage tags, because that's where you're gonna get your luggage tags when you check in. None of that. That should have been their first kind of red flag that something wasn't right with this trip. But anyway, let's continue on.
Didn't, and then disappeared.
She comes back, she walks all past us, assuring that we're going to get a room. This is what she's telling us. She goes back on the ship, never comes back out, never says anything to us.
I feel like it's unethical. Like, how could you just leave that many people standing out there? And everybody that was out there was booked under her.
Cherie says she's out $2,800 that she paid in June, along with the 50 people she was standing with on the pier.
When she never came out to address people and that boat was selling off and we're sitting on that port, people were in tears. People were upset. They were angry.
The travel agent, Monica Faulkner, apologized on social media and said in part, "Rest assured, we are taking immediate action to rectify the situation. All affected customers will receive a full refund."
You mean to tell me that this lady walked past 50 people whose money she took, $2,800, and walked past these people, got her butt on that boat and sailed, and okay.
Fund, along with apologized on social media and said in part, "Rest assured, we are taking immediate action to rectify the situation. All affected customers will receive a full refund, along with a complimentary cruise package as a gesture of our commitment to making things right." Faulkner is currently on the cruise, but I spoke to her
On
by
the
phone.
cruise.
She says Carnival canceled a number of bookings on February 21st. She tried to rebook them on the 22nd, but
Let's stop here. This was this past Sunday. So this is March. So you mean to tell me you knew February 21st that them people didn't have a room? You didn't give them back their money, because ain't no way Carnival took the money. If they didn't have a room for these people, Carnival didn't take the money. So you knew on February 21st that these people didn't have the room. Instead of telling them and not call some people to fly all the way to Florida, then you're going to wait till they get on the port. You knew since February 21st. So you had these people's
sold out. She did not explain why the money wasn't returned then and the clients notified. Faulkner does say their money is being held by a company called Travel Joy, who she says independent agents use to collect money for bookings, and that the money will be returned. Cherie and Dee Dee aren't buying it.
And if you were going to refund, right? She keeps saying refund. You would have refunded already. You've been on that ship refunding people the money.
Cherie and Dee Dee stayed with their family in Florida for the week, but they said...
Now here's another problem that it brings up. You in Florida. You're going on a 5-day cruise. Your flight ain't leaving back out for 5 days. So what are you going to do for 5 days? Now these people not only are they out the money that they paid to go on the cruise, but now they got to find accommodations for 5 days or pay money to change their flight to get back home from off this port.
Some people tried to fly back and couldn't because of the snowstorm. Meanwhile, others said they sat outside booked hotels waiting for a cancellation. Now, I did see a couple of people on social media supporting Faulkner, who again says she'll refund the money upon her Saturday return. We reached out to Travel Joy to see if the money is actually there, but did not yet hear back. In the newsroom, Karen Scullin, Fox 9.
I think there should be criminal charges. I think there should be criminal charges brought up against this lady. She knew since February 21st that she had these people money, and she did not say anything. So I think criminal charges should be brought up against her. Again, should you use a travel agent to book your cruise? So some people may say, well, Cruiser, you're doing a group cruise. Hey, Ebony, thank you for coming in. Some people may say, Cruiser, you're doing a group cruise. As I suggested to others, this is how I do my group cruise. I call the cruise line. I set up a group cruise. I get a group cruise booking number. I give that booking number out, and you call the cruise line yourself. And they tell you, they already told me the prices, so I can pretty much tell you the prices before you call over there. What prices to, if you want this room, it's going to cost this much, that much. Then you call them, you give them your name, you give them, and them being the cruise line direct, your credit card number, you give them all that information. What I have asked the cruise line to give to me is just your email address. And I have told the people who go, you can tell them to give me your name, or you could tell them to give me your YouTube name. I just need your email address so I could tell you, send out information. I don't need your first and last name. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I don't need it. But the point is that you're booked with us. You're going to be sitting at the table with me. We're going to be doing all the activities together and all of that. However, You're booking and paying yourself. I'm not taking any of your payments. I'm not taking any of your name, your address, your date of birth, none of that. And then that way, when you get there, let's say if something happened, let's say if Miss Cruiser have another grandbaby, because y'all know I didn't get on a cruise before because I had a grandbaby coming. Let's say if something happened, you book the cruise yourself. You got your booking number. You can see yourself online. So whether you do it that way with somebody or if you do it the way they did it where the travel agent is taking your money and taking your booking and taking all the information, you should still be able to go to the cruise website, whether it be Royal, NCL, Norwegian, Carnival, Virgin, whatever the cruise line is, you should be able to log in, plug in your booking number, and see your name and cabin number. She was lying to these people, and I think it's criminal. She had to be lying to these people. She had told them, she gave them a room number, and she knew all along that they didn't have no room. To me, I think there should be criminal charges. I really do. I think there should be criminal charges. And I think she should reimburse them for that cruise and any money that they were out for making that trip, unnecessary trip to Miami that was not going on a cruise. But again, I say to y'all, if you plan it, you can call the cruise line yourself all day. It's so easy. You can either call them and book your cruise. Put aside group cruising. Let's say you want to go on a cruise solo with your family, with your children, whatever. You can pick up the phone and call the cruise line. Or if you're like me and you like to do things online, you can go to the website. It's very easy. It's very easy. I think the only thing that you would need advice on is which ship to stay away from. And with that, even with that, you can ask me or you can ask somebody you know who's cruised before. Or you can go pull up, let's say if you want to go on the Carnival Legend. There's thousands of videos on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram of the Carnival Legend. People doing reviews, people walking through there, showing their room and all of that. You can do the research and everything yourself. Some people don't like to do that. They don't like to do the footwork, and I understand that. If you go through someone and you use an agent, you just make sure that when you pay your money, you can call over there to Carnival. They shouldn't. Now they'll say, "Oh, they don't know your name because it's through me, a travel agent." Yes, they will know your name. Yes, they will know your name. They won't be able to change anything for you. They won't be able to take any payments from you. They be in the cruise line, but they will be able to verify that you are on that booking and you are on that ship. So we have to do our due diligence when we use third parties to do. I don't like to use third parties for nothing unless I just absolutely have to. I'm talking about anything, whether it be travel or otherwise. I don't like to use third parties if I don't have to, because I don't like nothing in between me and my business. And there's nothing. See, this travel agent just so happened to be going on this particular cruise. There's a lot of times that people book travel through travel agents, and that travel agent is not going. You get to the cruise line, or you get to the airport, or you get to the hotel, and you're telling them, "Yeah, my travel agent booked me here. I got the booking." And they saying, "No, call your travel agent." Your travel agent in Nebraska, you in Florida, or you in Bahamas, or you in Jamaica. Ain't nothing that travel agent can do for you way off. That's why I say book your own stuff if you can. Travel agents, I'm sorry. Blame that girl who just got these people for how I feel about this. If you can, do your own booking. If you can. And if you can't, check behind the person who done your booking. Research, review, looking behind it. And I know I beat a dead horse, but that is one of my pet peeves. Check on your business. Check on your business. But anyway, hopefully those people get, their money back and anything that they're out. And hopefully this girl is dealt with. This lady who did this to these people, that she's dealt with. Because I can't believe she left 50 people on that port and walked her hips on that ship. But yes, I can believe it, because she knew since February 21st. She knew when she got there, those people didn't have they told her February 21st. And on 22nd, and that ship was sold out, and she did it anyway. Just a shame. Just a shame. I'm hoping I'm not missing anybody's comments, and I appreciate y'all coming in. If you're catching the replay, please hit the like button. Yeah, just wanted to share this. And don't forget, if you are selling out of Baltimore, then you'll more than likely be selling out of Norfolk now. If you live in the Hampton Roads area, hey, the ships are right there. You might want to check into booking you some cruises, because I suspect some people are probably going to cancel. That might be inconvenient for them. And then some people are like, no, I ain't cancel my cruise. I'm just going to take whatever accommodations they do to reroute us. And if you have any questions, just hit me in DM or email, and I'll try to help you out as much as I can, or you know, refer you to somebody who can. Okay. All right. Well, thank y'all again for coming in. Hope that y'all have a good Friday on this Good Friday, and I will see you around these YouTube streets.